At this time, I'd like to remind you that I'm not your financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. My YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes only and to document my journey in the crypto space. I encourage you to pause the video at this time to read the full disclaimer. And now let's get on with the show. All right, good morning. Welcome back, Crypto Wave. Sorry it's been a while. Haven't done a video in a bit, simply because life gets in the way. I actually have a full-time regular job, unfortunately. As much as I would love to do crypto as a living, I cannot. I just got off a 24-hour shift, so I'm a little tired. I'm going to try and make, well, I don't know if it's going to be long or short. I just want to give a kind of state of my DAPP, state of my portfolio thing here, and just kind of show you what I've been invested in. That way you can kind of see where I'm at, what am I doing. Also, if you have any suggestions, if you're looking at things, go ahead and drop comments below. Everything I show you right now, get into it if you want to get into it. Just as the disclaimer said a moment ago, I'm just trying to document what I'm doing. I am trying to make my small, tiny little stacks like this into bigger and bigger stacks. What's the reason for that? I'm a firm believer in crypto. In particular, I would love to get as much Bitcoin as I possibly can before the next run-up comes. So that's kind of my goal. All these dApps that I'm getting into really boils down to accumulating more Tron, so the Tron I can cash out to catch out the Bitcoin and hold it for the next run. Now there's some other stuff that I've had. I've had some Neo floating around. I have some Omiza Go. I have some Ethereum. I have some OX. A couple other ones here and there, but the big one is going to be the Bitcoin. So with that being said, let's dive in. I'm going to kind of show you one thing at a time here. We'll go one by one. Each one I try and create an Excel spreadsheet for myself so I can keep track of what I'm doing, where am I at, how much I have put in versus how much I've taken out. So in P3T, it's a very simple Excel spreadsheet, although it keeps evolving. You can see down here I'm actually working down here on a compounding specific for P3T, kind of to my specifications. It's not done yet, working on the equation a little bit, but so P3T, honestly, this is the first one I got into. There was another YouTuber, Experienced Crypto 24/7. He kind of turned me on to it. We were in some Ethereum dApps last year together, and we communicated here and there. But now, honestly, I watch what he does, and it's pretty inspirational. If you want to see kind of I don't want to say rags to riches, but the man started with basically $500 and is now just, in my eyes, it's kind of a juggernaut with how much that he's kind of rolling into things. If you want to see it, check over on his channel, Experience Crypto 24/7. He's got all kinds of YouTube videos about kind of where he started, what's he pulling, all that kind of stuff. So as for me, this is where I'm at right now. When I first got into P3T, I deposited 1,000. And I was pulling out. I didn't have dates. I don't know when. I don't know if this came out before this went in. I don't even know. I just was trying to keep track of it. What I do know is these are approximate values. I usually get away round up or round down to the holes, the biggest whole number, just because I got tired of dealing with like this 0.28 and that kind of junk. So this is an approximation, and basically what my Excel sheet tells me is this is the exchange, this is the daily ROI, how much I have in each. So currently I've invested a total of 1,944, whether that be through deposit or reinvesting. I've pulled out a total of 765. If I were to sell on the exchange, because on the exchange you can sell your P3T for Tron, I would get back 2,791. What does that mean? That would mean that if I sold it now, I would be up 39% of what my investment was, which is actually pretty good. Currently, on the daily contract, so this one you can't remove your initial deposit. This is you just pull out dividends or reinvest. So this one, I'm actually negative because I've actually put in, whether it be through investing or reinvesting with my dividends, I've put in 1529. I only pulled out 448, and so at the moment I am actually negative 1,080. So I've only gotten 29% of my return back on that one. So the other thing I typically do to help me kind of keep an eye on things is every day that I come in. So when I jump over here to P3T, I look at how much do I have. So currently, and I'll withdraw or I'll reinvest these in real time so you can show that this is actually working here. So 15, this is the 1529 I was just talking about. It's the same as what we have. Where's that? Right here, 1529, because this is the daily ROI. Let's go over to this home page here. This one might be mildly off just because, so I have 56.577 tokens. I actually have 2838, so actually I can update this, 2838. And it will, I don't know if you saw, but it'll actually, oh, my equation's not working. Oh, you know why? Oh, I know. I'm sorry, I was messing with it. The equation, I tweaked it. So anyways, we typically update those things. So what am I doing with this one at the moment? So what I do is I come down here to the network status. I pull out this number right here. So 13,981,876. So this is the last time I did it. It was 13,598. So I always update this number. It is still going up. What does that mean? That means that the contract is still going up. I reinvest. So 63.888. Click the reinvest button, confirm it, give it just a second to jump over. Boom, it kicks over. So now this is my new value, 2893. We'll put this right here, 2893. I'll fix that equation in a little bit. And it was what, 67? I must go back and look, but I think it was 67. So I put that over here because that's what I've reinvested. So it increases my total right here. My withdrawal obviously stays the same. Same thing goes for, and that's kind of what I'm doing. If this thing keeps going up, which it keeps going up, I will keep reinvesting to get a bigger and bigger pot. If it dips down, I will, I'll debate it. It hasn't dipped yet, to be honest with you. My guess, what I'm kind of thinking with doing this is if it dips, perhaps withdrawal is supposed to reinvest on that particular instance. I don't know. We'll figure it out. At the moment, though, I'm trying to use compounding. Compounding, obviously, the eighth wonder of the world. So jump over here, daily ROI. So at the moment, I have 1529. There's 67.2 to withdraw. We're going to withdraw that in real time here. You click on the withdrawal. Again, it pops up whether you're using Tron Link or Tron Pay. I use Tron Pay just because that's when I started with forever ago. Confirm that. It literally takes seconds because the Tron address is pretty dang, or the Tron contract is pretty amazing. Boom, gone. It's already deposited up into my value right here. It was 67, but because, so now what we do is we actually want to look at the contract here. As soon as it decides to open up here. 34,921,493. 34,921, so it's actually moving up also. Boom. Put that in there right there. So that 67 I just pulled out, I'm going to roll it right back in again. So how do we do that? Let's get rid of this. Let's jump back over here. So I roll right back in what I pulled out. So let's reinvest, 67 even. And again, Tron network is pretty dang quick. So we're going to see that, boom, 1596, boom, 1596 updated right there. This all updates. I'm still actually down on that contract. But again, the way these work, the way I look at it is P3T is giving out 3.33% a day on this contract. If it keeps going up, the likelihood of getting back that value in 30 days continues. So for instance, if I did nothing but withdraw from this point out, I would likely get my money back because money's still going back into it. Logically speaking, if people are still putting money into it, they're anticipating that 30 days from putting it in at that point, they will get it back. Or they're doing as many others do and compounding the heck out of it. So when they do start withdrawing, they may compound for 10 days and then it'll take less days to get that money back. Either way, it keeps going up. I'm going to keep reinvesting simply because, again, I'm using some currency that's not going to, obviously it'll bother you if you lose it. Nobody wants to lose it, but it's not going to break the bank. I'm dealing with such little amounts. I'm a pretty small fish in a big pond, trying to become a big fish. So I'm going to keep compounding and keep gobbling up what I can. Hopefully over time it is going to keep, it will keep compounding, getting bigger and bigger. So then my daily ROI pullout is going to be significant. So that's P3T. Honestly, it's the most solid. It's got the biggest community. It's lasting the longest so far. I feel like it's got the greatest potential. I mean, since I've been in this, I've yet to see it go down. So that's that one. Next one is we have what's called Black Pearl. Again, I'm working on a compounding thing on this one. Let's just scroll up to the top here. All right. So let's jump over to Black Pearl. So Black Pearl, again, it's kind of interesting because Black Pearl has such great potential. I mean, it's got this whole social aspect. It's almost like a Facebook on the blockchain. You can post comments right here. Everybody sees it. I mean, it's just got this incredible potential. I know they're working on games in the back end. So oddly enough, on this one, it took a pretty decent dip. You'll probably see the contract here went down a bit, as well as the daily exchange here went down a bit. Reason being, I don't know if you're part of this community yet, I still have high faith in this one because they do have games on the back end and the developers are working on it. But there was some kind of fallout. There was a game coming out. It's called this one right here, Multiverse Industries. And it's basically another Tron game where you purchase mining equipment. It's kind of similar. I've never played Tron Village or whatever the heck it's called, where you buy certain buildings and it generates a certain amount of Tron, and then the more buildings you have, the more Tron you develop. I feel like this is going to be very similar to that. Well, originally this was supposed to feed into this, into either the daily Tron at Black Pearl or the Meta Exchange. There was some kind of falling out. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to sit here and try and spread FUD. It ended up not working out. This is still going to be opening, but it's going to be doing its own thing. Black Pearl is going to go do their own thing. They parted ways with the developer of Multiverse, and they have some games coming out. The trouble is, in my opinion, and I'm not bashing Black Pearl because I'm a big believer in it, and I love the community. They're the kindest people. I love it. But now you have other ones coming out. We're going to go into a couple of them going forward that are going to be kind of juggernauts, just like this P3T is. So, you know, these games are going to have to be innovative. They're going to have to be unique. There's going to have to be something that drives the community back into this. So with that being said, though, we'll do this in real time again. Meta Exchange. Let's jump over here. So this works just like P3T, except P3T, obviously it's called P3T token. This one's called the Meta token. Let's give it a second to update itself on the blockchain. Boom, the contract is right here. 12, oops. Let's copy that. Let's jump back over to here. So this is the Meta, so it's actually gone down. So 15,283 was the last time that I did this on the Meta contract. It is now 12,653, so this is actually going down, which is concerning, and I'll be honest with you, I will withdraw, and I'm going to hold on to this so that I can put it someplace else. So here's my rewards. I currently have 60. Now this actually went down. The reason it went down, if you see, I'm going to be completely transparent here. I pulled out, boom, right here. I had hit over 200% on my return of investment on that, so I pulled out a chunk, and I pulled out that chunk to go into something different, which I'll show you in just a moment. And again, it's all about compounding. Whether I compound it here or I compound it someplace else, I'm trying to build up small stacks and the big stacks here. So, so it definitely went down. Currently, I can pull out 17.63. So let's withdraw that. We're just going to call it 18. Confirm that. It's pretty dang instantaneous. 18. And if I were to sell my Meta right now, I'd get 840. So that actually went down also. Now watch my. If I sold now. So right now, if I sold everything, I'd still be up 159%, meaning everything that I put in and pulled out, I'm up 1.5. But now once I put this in, 840, if I sold all my Meta right now, 154%. So it didn't go down much, but you can see kind of how my equation works. It kind of shows me where I'm at. So that's that. And so the other thing we go to, let's go to the daily TRI here. ROI, not TRI, my bad. Again, I just came off 24 hours. I apologize if I ramble here. All right, let's give the blockchain uno momento to get rolling here. Oh, this is also the other cool thing. They actually integrated their Telegram over here, which is legit. So I got so tired of jumping between Telegram and here to see what people are posting, and now they have it integrated. It's really cool. So this is their Telegram feed right here. You can type on it and everything. So currently I've earned 69. Here is the current contract balance, which is 483,781.9. Went down. There you go. So look right here, 528,1361. So this is still going down. People. So I don't know if this is because people aren't having faith, but for me that means we're pulling. So let's withdraw. It's going to be 69 out. Click on withdrawal, real time. Confirm that. Let's Come back over here. We're going to pull out 69 right here. So I am currently 50% back on this 4% daily ROI game on the Black Pearl. And this is kind of what I was talking about. If the contract starts dipping down, you kind of have that fear factor that if people see it going down, everybody likes seeing it go up and will reinvest. They ride that high. They ride that crypto wave, so to speak. If the wave starts to crash and it starts coming down, you're going to have some in here, and I'll be one of them. I'll be honest with you. I'm not giving up on Black Pearl, but you do have to kind of hedge your bet, and you have to try and pull some out as well as compound. Especially in this case, it's not like in the daily ROI, if you reinvest, you get more of a particular token that has a potential to go up in value like P3T or the Meta. This is simply the contract gets drained and you didn't get your investment back. It's it. So unfortunately, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to leave it out. We're going to stick with that. So that's Black Pearl. Next one that I'm going to talk about actually is a HYPE, what they call a high yield investment plan. I'm trying not to get into these too often, but I did go into it just because I want to try them out. The one I'm talking about in particular is called Triton. Let me jump onto their site here. Where is it? Boom. So Triton, I put in a very small amount, 0.01, which at the time I think was like maybe $70, something like that. So here's the crazy thing. You would think that given this, let me show you kind of what they do here. If you put in right here, so if you have a minimum of 0.001, I put in 0.1 to 0.5 BTC, 7% a day for 20 days. In essence, that's about 140% back. So you get back a value every day, and it's down to the minute of when you put your deposit. If you put your deposit at 12 o'clock, then the following day at 12 o'clock, you get your first withdrawal back. If you go higher, half a Bitcoin or up to 2 Bitcoin, you get 8% a day, and even higher, 2 Bitcoin to 100 Bitcoin, 9% a day. These numbers, and when we go into the Excel spreadsheet where I grade all these things, it's so difficult to assume that this is going to last. I went into it, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to say I FOMO'd into it, but I want to see what it's all about. Was I going to get my money back? I have no idea. But crazy enough, here's where I'm at. So I put in the 0.01. Now the minimum to pull out is 0.001. So unfortunately, I make about 0.0007 a day. So every 2 days, that becomes 0.0014, and I'm able to withdraw it. So at this point, I have actually withdrawn 18 days worth. I'm 120%, 126% up. So my 0.01 is currently 0.0126. 2 more days, and if you look, I've actually already gotten. Let's go to where am I at? So if you go to the dashboard. Here is my active deposit right here. Here is my current balance. So I got paid today already, the 0.0007. So so long as this site lasts 1 more day, it's going to pay me out, which is kind of crazy. Am I going to put more into it? No, to be honest with you, it was a fun ride, but I got another one that I'm going to show you in a minute that I'm going to put that I'm putting a little bit more faith into. Props to this site for paying back though. I was actually kind of surprised. I'll take it. So that's that one. So the next one is, where are we at here? Bankroll. So this guy, goodness gracious, just an absolute juggernaut. So here's the premise. If you haven't seen my other YouTube videos, basically what they've done is they're trying to take away the whale component. Meaning, on these other contracts, such as the Black Pearl or the P3T, you're always getting 3.33% withdrawal every day. So the more amount you put in, the more you can pull out per day. So if a whale puts in a huge amount of money, he's able to pull out a huge amount of money as compared to people who put in a smaller amount. Thus, if you get enough whales, whether they team up or unbeknownst to themselves, they can drain the contract quicker than when you get your dividends back. So Bankroll is kind of taking care of 2 things. One is they're trying to make a sustainable ROI contract, and so far it's pretty epic. And the way they do that is no matter how much you put into it, so whales can put in a significant amount of TRX. If it's higher than this calculated what they call whale status right here, so if your current credits, meaning the amount of Tron you put in there, is more than 170,000 Tron, you won't be able to pull out 3.33%. It caps you at a lower percentage. And that's where you'll see it down here in the claim area. So it doesn't show it on mine because I'm nowhere near that. I have 1,000 Tron in here. But if you had put in more than this credited balance will show you what you technically are due. And it's not that you're not going to get it. You'll still get it as this contract goes up, or as you get, or actually it's as the contract goes up, basically. So if you're above that, that's where this available balance is. So this may say 500. I'm making up numbers here. This may say 500, but this may say 250. You'll only be able to pull out 250 or roll it back in again. So that's this one. On top of that, they're actually creating a casino, and that casino supposedly has already been developed. It's actually this developer. Supposedly, he says in the Telegram that he's actually done a casino on the Ethereum blockchain that's been pretty significant. So he's actually taking that Ethereum casino, converting it to the Tron blockchain, and applying it to this. The reason he's doing that, he's putting 100% of the profit that people use on Tron of that casino into this contract to keep it sustainable and keep it going, which is, if it's pulled off, is going to be pretty dang epic. So, and this thing has been an absolute juggernaut. So I'm in the Telegram group. I was in there early. I was probably like the 60th person in there. It's about 600 now. If you scroll to the bottom, it gives you the current stats. So there's 1,125 members that have been depositing. It tells you how much is pulled out. And look at its contract balance, 13 million. I did a video when it opened. It hadn't even hit 1 million yet. I did another video to kind of confirm, to kind of celebrate that it was getting over like the 3 million, 4 million mark. I was going to do one when it was going to cross the 6 million, but I was working. I was going to do one across the 7 million, but I was working. That's how quickly this was happening. This has been open, I think, 4 days. It's now at 13. I mean, it's literally been a couple of days. It's at 13 million. I'm missing the show here. Absolute nuts, this thing. It is just skyrocketing to the moon. I have no doubt, unless there's some kind of an exit scam that nobody knows about, which I don't think there is. I kind of have faith in this developer, that I'm going to get my money back and then some. With that being said, that's where this comes in. I started doing my similar kind of, what did I put in, what did I pull out? Look at that. Last time I updated 3.7 million in the contract. It's 13 now. That's so crazy. However, I decided to go a little bigger, because there's other features on this that people can use. So you have what they call sponsorships. Someone can take your address, put it into sponsor, send you some Tron, and it goes up to your sponsored value right here. And you basically accumulate 3.33%. In essence, it's like getting a referral without having to go through the rigmarole of a referral. I literally just plug in somebody's address, send some Tron to them, fund it, boom, it kicks up here to their funding, and they start making a percentage on it. On top of that, you can do, they have it built into the code that with roll basically means reinvest, withdrawal means withdrawal. If you withdraw, there's a percentage that goes back into the contract to feed it. If you reinvest, there's a percentage of it that goes back into it. So what I ended up doing is I took all these different equations, whether it be the percentages from the sponsor, the percentages of whether I'm claiming, withdrawing, piling it into the fund here, and I created this juggernaut of I say juggernaut a lot, this Excel spreadsheet here. And what this is basically going to do is it's going to tell me if I have referrals. So currently, for instance, I have 4.438 referrals. Let's do this in real time. 4.438. 4.438. New sponsorships. So I have 0 new sponsorships. So 0. Available balance 33.019. 33.019. Reinvest amount. That would be, I'm gonna have to update my thing here. I imagine that's this one. Oh, maybe withdraw. Oh, because I'm totaling up what I'm putting into it. So let's do this equation is messed up. That's what let's do this. There we go. So this plus available balance, this is how much will get reinvested. I'm going to withdraw 0. So my new total should be 1227 and 17. Let's see. Roll. So this is reinvest. Again, real time, confirm, track your progress. That's amazing. I don't usually look at it, but boom. So let's see what it went up to. 1226. 1227. So I'm off by a couple of percentage points. I'll find out where that calculation is coming from. So what does that also do? So this now tells me what I currently have. This tells me what my new daily ROI percentage will be since I'm compounding. And then this orange column over here is if I did nothing but compound from this point forward, what is my value going to go up to? And in fact, what I'll do next to this is what's my dividend withdrawal going to be? Because I'm going to find out once I hit, if say I want to get 500 a day, and then I'll start pulling. I want to know when I'm going to be hitting $500 a day on withdrawal. So, but this compounds future exponential, kind of how much I'll get if I just compound. This is up to 120 days. I'll be at 60,000 Tron, obviously, if it lasts that long. So I've been working on that. It's still a work in progress. Let's save that just in case. I have other videos that go into this a little bit more in depth, so you can dig into it. The last one I'm in is called Automatic Bitcom. It's another high yield investment plan. This one takes a little bit more active involvement. Basically what this is there is a company that supposedly works with merchants. Those merchants deal with crypto in the markets when it's going up and down or whatever the case is, and they aren't meeting their needs of crypto. They can request this company to send them a crypto loan or a fiat loan to cover their expenses in the meantime. Thus, then they have to pay it back with interest. They take some of what we deposit into it. You get a percentage of that back. You can either reinvest it. It's kind of like everything else. You can reinvest or you withdraw it. This is instantaneous to your Bitcoin wallet. It's kind of a trip, actually. I have another video that I went into extensively into this. Just check my channel. It explains everything in detail. And then you can also do marketing and things of that nature, so you can build up your referrals and things, which I've been trying to do. This one, honestly, check out my other video on it. It's pretty good, and it's instantaneous, to be honest with you. I'll show you right here. So currently, I have 4.68 available, so we can actually go to withdrawal. Oh, I gotta log back in. I'll deal with it later. But this one is instantaneous withdrawal to your wallet. It's over 1 million already. When I first got into it, I think it was like 200,000, something like that. This was at like 600, and now it's at 32,000 people investing in it. Again, check out the other video on this one. It's a beast. I have a good potential. This is one it's a little more risky. I'm a little afraid that it might. Well, no, I want to say it's scam out, but the higher the percentage you're getting per day, the more likelihood something like this can exit on you. But so far, I've seen no reason that it's going to. With that being said, I think that's the only things I wanted to talk about today. Let's see. I have some others that I'm doing some videos on. Oh no, last one actually. I haven't created a sheet for it yet, but if you take a look at this, for instance, you have, where is it? Bankroll. 623 members in here. And on their actual active user site here, let's see, there is 1,126. So there's a new one coming out. It hasn't come out yet, but it's supposedly going to be this one. Is this one here, Trontopia. What do these things need to last? They need a good gimmick. They need a good community. They need a lot of backing. They need a lot of Tron. What does that come with? High community numbers. So if you come over here and let's check out, where's the Trontopia? Now, how much of these are real, we don't know. Hold on, let's just find it here. Trontopia. 2,100 members already in here. If there's 2,100 members here waiting to deposit into this, and the bankroll had 600 and it hit 13 million, if this thing produces what it says it's going to produce, this could be huge. The site's not open yet. I'm keeping an eye on it. I think I'm definitely going to be going into this simply because of the social aspect of it and the social FUD, I guess, for lack of a better word. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on this one here. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe the video, comments below. I always love them. Thumbs up if you like it. If you put a thumbs down, put a comment as to why you did. Let's improve this together. I appreciate any donations you may have. You'll see a wallet at the end of this video. I appreciate any time you click on those referrals. In fact, I don't know who it is. Supposedly, they're on this bankroll, they're going to start telling you what addresses sponsor you and such. But somebody gave me some referrals on that. So whoever that was, I truly appreciate it. And take care, guys. It's been a pleasure.